How are y'all doing? I'm finishing up a lemon wreath for my front door. So wanted to say, hey, how's everybody doing? And come on and finish it. Why not, right? Spend time with everyone else instead of just myself. And Chloe's over there taking a nap, so she's a big helper. So let me get the live going on my iPad. So if anybody ever comments, I can at least look. Where is it? There I am. I see a lot of people. Okay, 9. I'll take 9 friends, right? Hopefully we're all friends. And I'm gonna finish this. It's quite a big lemon wreath, but it's going on my front door. So we're gonna try to use the lazy turntable. I'm not gonna call it a name, but the turntable. And if it doesn't work, I'll take it off, but I can at least try and spin it around. But I'm gonna show y'all some things that I've done already, because like I said, I'm finishing it, so I've already started. So, and I can always kind of slide it over a little bit too, because I've already got all that set up over there and I'm not messing with that. So how's everybody doing today? Hey, hey, hey. Hey. I've got so much to do that this doesn't even start what I need to get done this week. So hopefully I'll be coming live a little bit more often. But I wanted to at least say hello. But what I did was it's a good size wreath. I don't even know the wreath base, but it's a grapevine wreath. I don't do a lot of grapevines, so why not try to do a grapevine for my own door? So why not, right? So that's what I'm doing. Hey, Cheryl, Nisha, believe I said your name right. Lord, if I didn't, just let me know. Jamie, hey, Karen, just got back from the dentist. Good girl. Get your teeth cleaned. Good girl. Okay, so what I'm doing is, if y'all need me to measure, just ask me questions, even though it's for my own front door. The sign, the Hello Lemon sign, is a Round Top Collection sign. So it actually only attaches in a couple of places. Of course, the ribbon, two ribbons that I'm using are actually in my shop for sale. The lemon ribbon, it's a Fair Silk ribbon. I think I have 2 or 3 left, but it's the lemon ribbon with the checkered back and the yellow back. That's in my shop, and then the white with black polka dots is also in my shop. It's also Fair Silk, but the other two I had in my stash, so I'm not even going to tell you where I got them because I have no idea. I've had them for that long. So, hi Lisa, how are you? Oh mercy. Hi Angela. I left your post just recently. You have a lot of great scarecrow wreath embellishments there in your shop. Just saw that post before going on. Hi Susan. So anyway, so those are the things. I've just made the bow. I can make another bow to show y'all how I make a bow. But then what I did is actually made some kind of poofs along the way. But I'm also using jute down here. So I like using jute mesh. I think it's a little thicker. It makes my design stick up a little bit better. But it's not always available. I don't measure. But I also don't use the scissors that I use to cut my ribbon that cut my mesh. So I have a different pair of scissors that do that. So just FYI there, you know, if you ever want to think about that, always have an extra pair or two, especially if you're using quality ribbon. Okay, so all I do is really, I just bunch it up. That's all I do. Now, if there's an end, and of course I don't feel like there's an end, but I don't measure it, I don't do a secret rolling technique, I just bunch it together. But if one end, so for example, if one end was like looking like that, I go in and I pull it and make it to where it's one good old piece. Makes sense? Hopefully that makes sense. And then with this, because I mentioned at the very beginning, I don't do a lot of these. I don't do a lot, not a lot of wreaths, but a lot of grapevine, and especially the size. But what I do is I actually take my Chanel stem or pipe cleaner. Some people know as a pipe cleaner. And I bend it in half and I make it kind of an end that I loop it through. So I can actually gather it, and I know I can't zoom in, but I put and I zigzag the motion of the deco mesh, and then I take this and I push it down. See, I push it down, and then I twist the actual Chanel stem, or Chanel stem, call it Chanel. Anyway, I'll get it right one of these days. Pipe cleaner is always the easiest way to remember, right? Okay, so see how I'm kind of touching the actual design or sign? You don't have to go that far. I just wanted to go that far in my design. But I'm done with the mesh unless I want to add another one down at the bottom, but we'll do that later, possibly. But I have a lot of embellishments. But before I do that, I want to actually do another bump. I don't know what people are calling it. I call it a bump of my ribbon. So if there's a technical name for it, let me know. But I call it a bump because to me, that's exactly what it is. It's a little bump. It's a bump in your ribbon. But, so that's what I'm going to call it. Right or wrong, that's what I'm going to call it. So I'm going to pinch it. And what I do is I actually pull mine with a pipe cleaner, and always make for sure that you have like really good pipe cleaners. Do not skimp on your pipe cleaners, people. People. Man, I have 24 people. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. 21 now. Well, I shouldn't get excited. I should just stay working. Okay, so all I'm doing is actually taking that pipe cleaner, twisting it, because I'm going to add a zip tie to really tighten it down. And I have found a place, and it's going to go up. So if that makes any sense. So where I push the actual, I know it's huge, but I've actually have the ribbon going down in a waterfall motion. I want to have the ribbon coming up in this design as well, and then we're going to have embellishments. Crazy, crazy embellishments. And let me tell you, the one person that's really excited about this is my husband. He's like, I'm going to have a wreath? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And so he's like beside himself how excited he is that we're going to have a wreath on our front door. So, yeah, I know. The little things that can make. Yeah, I'm a day late on the Father's Day thing, but you know, when it happens, it happens. But yeah, he's so excited. So what I do is I actually just take a super long pipe cleaner, and I mean super long, because this is a really big grapevine. And I'm just going to zip tie the bottom. Well, maybe. There we go. There we go. And then I'm going to zip tie it and pull it as tight as I can. And I do have tools that can actually help me get this Done. And then I manipulate the mesh. Does that make sense what I'm saying? I don't leave the mesh in an awkward position. I use the mesh to my benefit as a designer, and in wrapping it and pulling it. I'm going to make for sure that the zip tie is good and tight, and it wasn't, so. Okay. So I hope everybody's doing okay. A lot of people are watching. Kind of came on last minute, but better late than never, right? The way I look at it. So again, I'm going to actually cut this. And I said, oops. And I said, I actually have special scissors. Yes, I have special scissors. And I might actually put more mesh up here. Gonna cut it. So I can actually, so I'm gonna turn it around so y'all can see. All I did was put a zip tie right there. Put a zip tie right there for that little bump. And again, I'm gonna call it a bump. But you know what? I think I'm gonna put some mesh there, but I could put an embellishment. So let's play it by ear. We all for that, playing it by ear? Hey, everybody coming on. Did somebody mention what we call it? I have no sound. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Lord have mercy, hopefully y'all can hear me. Go get your hair done, Lisa. You go, girl. We won't talk about my hair. My hair designer is out of the country visiting her mother, and we'll be back. Hopefully you can go back in and come back in. I can hear you. Awesome, Karen. Thank you. Awesome. Yes, will you make a bow? I will make a bow. I will make a bow when I finish this. But yeah, I can make a bow like this, or I can make a different bow. It doesn't matter. I can make a bow. I can make a bow. So, embellishments. I have flowers on this side, and I have lemons and greenery on this side. What do I do to get started? You know, it's like, where do I begin? I have so much. I'm not going to trim my ends until the very end, and I'm just gonna start adding. My glue gun is on. I was gonna do my glue pot, but that thing gets hot, and it makes the room hot. You know what? I don't have my light on. Hold on just a second. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, lights on. Hello. Anyway, I forget to turn it on. I've actually done lives and have forgotten to turn it on. Okay, so what I did is I actually have sprays that I were waiting on to finish this because I needed more lemons. And then I got sprays from Hobby Lobby, and I don't know if this is gonna work. I'm still not gonna work. I'm just gonna pull this turntable. This is not gonna work. Okay. So ever so often, I will obviously spin it around, but I'll hold it up for you guys. Okay? I'll do my best at holding it up, but I'm gonna show you actually how I can actually put things and how do I add things. But yeah. So it has 10-inch deco mesh, but it's jute deco mesh. So I have a lot. This, I believe, is a lily. No, lilac. No, can't remember what it's called. Brain fart on what it's called. But this particular item is in my shop, and this was an actual greenery from Hobby Lobby that I cut up, and it was 729,731. And it looks like this. And I believe it has 10 or 12 pieces to it. And I actually ordered it online because my store never has it. But this is the one I'm actually using, and I already have clipped it up, broken it up. So, if you've seen me live, whether I'm doing a centerpiece or other designs, I actually like to use my pick machine. And I'm going to try not to burn myself, but as we know, that can happen in this whole thing. So I'm going to make for sure that y'all can see it, because again, my view is mirrored, but I've put picks on here so we can actually make for sure that these items actually stay in this grapevine. And then we can manipulate it and push the ribbon over, but still fluff the ribbon, manipulate it down. But if y'all remember, if y'all attended my live sale, this particular item right here, the asparagus spray, that is actually what I'm using here. So if you got that in my live sale, that is what I'm using here. And I'm gonna put some sprays down in here, give it a good push, because I want to actually start adding some lemon sprays too, but I want to get these greenery started because I have lemons that are like small. I have larger lemons, and then I have some that are like complete spray. So it's a lot of, but I can break it up and put this in there. Just like so. So I'm going to put that right here. Because what I like about these sprays is the fact that, and I'll show you, they're actually had white flowers in them. And then, of course, I manipulate it to where you see the lemons and you see the white seeds. But some have these white flowers. So when you're looking for your sprays and things like that, because look, in the actual ribbon, there's white flowers in the actual ribbon as well. So where you have like 2 or 3 or 5 or 7, however many, just know that that's something else that you can make pop in your design. So also, when you're doing your placement, you're gonna want a contrast so it will actually stand out. That's really big in your design as well, is having a contrast. So I'm gonna put this here, and I'm gonna bring that up so you see that flower in that greenery. Make sense? I know. It's the little things, right? And then this is a ranunculus from Regency, which I thought would be so pretty in the design as well. I have 3, which I love working in odd numbers. Here are my clippers. So I'm going to keep this one together, and I'm going to actually place it down here. Because again, it can bring, because I want to do 3. So I will gradually place them along here. Maybe I'll use 5, but I can at least get it started down here. And then of course, the actual ranunculus, just not the long stems, but the actual florals itself have a wire. So when you actually use these from a Regency or from, you know, other quality suppliers, you're going to get that quality product. I'm not going to use that yet there, but I will use it in that vicinity. But I think I'm going to use a lemon spray. So hopefully y'all don't have any questions, because I'm really not being good at looking at your questions. But I'm going to try to put this stuff in here and not burn myself. You know, I can already feel the glue on my fingers. I already feel the glue on my fingers. So, I can. It out. Now see, okay. See how that lemon has a line around it? That drives me crazy. So I probably won't use that lemon straight on. So where I'm going to use it on the flat side of the actual lemon, I won't have the lemon look like that. If that makes any sense. Does that make sense? Because I mean, what lemon has line on it? No lemon has a line on it, you know, but again, I still want to use it. So it might not be a focal point lemon in a specific area. It might be in a secondary area. But again, I know that it's not going to go right in the center and in the front and with the line. It just doesn't make any sense to me. So, you know, they should look smooth and pretty like that. Like a lemon should, right? Okay, so bringing this to the other side. And again, trying not to burn myself. But spinning this huge wreath around. What we do for our loved ones, right? Push this in here. He will appreciate it, I know. I know he will. But then I have the actual leaves coming out, the lemon, of course the ribbon. I said, I'm not going to put this in an area that's going to be, I'm going to put it in a secondary area, but you're still going to be able to see it when you open the door or for any type of secondary area. Because a wreath, yes, you see it from the front, but you also see it from the sides. You also see it from the sides, and depending on how their door opens, depending on which side they see the majority of it coming and seeing that design. I have so many customers that don't even put it on their door. They'll put it on a wall on their front porch. And you know, their front porch isn't straight on, their front porch is at an angle, and so you just never know where a customer's gonna put it. Some people put it in their kitchen, especially when you're talking about an actual fruit like a lemon or strawberry. You just never know. You know, front door might not be where they actually place the design. If you do a custom, of course you know. But when they buy straight from your shop or something that you're wanting. So also what I do is I actually manipulate the actual spray a lot of times before I even put it on there. I'm gonna get my pick machine. Because they're not going in as well as I thought. So, because again, there's the whole, you know, learning a little bit more when it comes to a grapevine and not being intimidated by it. But stair-stepping these sprays in the design. Because again, it's exactly what it is, right? It's a lemon wreath. So you want to show off those lemons. in the design. Okay, see how this one has these twigs? You don't necessarily have to have them in there. It's a grapevine wreath. I like to keep them in there. Again, you have that flower, have a flower on this side. I'm going to place the flower. How many more do I have? I don't have that many. Oh, I do. I have more. I have 2 more, 3 more. So, I have 3 more, so that's a total of 5. Odd number, love to work in odd numbers. So, I'm going to do that. And I'm gonna place it down here. And I'll go up the other way. Again, showing the lemon, and then I'll show you. I'll pick it up and show you. But the lemons I'm using, that's another thing to actually think about when you're designing, is love to decorate my pantry door. Me too, me too. I think my honey, it's an available design, but the honey wreath is down there on my kitchen door. But no, where I was going was a thing to remember when designing, and this is here. This is a good example. See how you have 2 different sizes of lemons? You have a smaller lemon and you have a larger lemon, and then you can even go bigger. You can go ones that are kind of bedazzled, for example, which I have those too, which I can add those. But again, think about that. It's just not using one particular size of a lemon. Use different sizes. The sign alone is huge. But again, just continue to consider that, because again, size does matter when you're looking at designing items such as these. And especially when you have a huge sign like that, I mean, it's just gonna look like a polka dot when you have something, you know, that big and adding that. So again, I said earlier, I like to manipulate my sprays. This one actually has a pick on it. I think it will go in really nicely, hopefully. If not, I'll adjust it. But again, I like to push as far as I can. There we go. And then bring it forward. And then sometimes it all depends. You know, maybe you want it to kind of hang a little lower and drape a little bit lower than just sticking straight out. I mean, that's really, truly. And then you, of course, have that deco mesh, which I said I used jute. And where I got it, I don't know. But I got it from a wholesaler. It probably Sims Pottery if I got it anywhere. So, but you can get jute deco mesh from lots and lots of places. Doesn't have to be from a wholesaler. Okay, I said I wanted to use this ranunculus down here. I'm actually going to put this ranunculus down on this side because I have other ones I'm going to place up and around. So keep it assorted. I love to decorate. Okay. Hi Sue, how are you doing? Yes, we got away for the weekend and I'm back in the design studio up here. Whoa, that would have been a mess. Okay, I almost dropped my pick machine off my table. That would have been a mess. Plus I had a pick in my hand that actually had hot glue on it. Woo! That would have been a mess. Okay, not the place I wanted to put it. So I'm actually going to put it up in here and then just bring it down. So you'll be able to see that. And then I think this area, well, hello. This area right here, this is getting too big. This area right here needs some lemon right there, because again, I don't necessarily have a lemon here yet, but this, I think, let me find one. Here, I think that will be a good one. Fits right in there, because again, it has a little bit of greenery, a little bit of leaves, and those leaves, like I said, when you're using quality product, even the leaves actually have a wire in them, and you can manipulate those. Yeah, they're just not gonna hang too far and too low. Okay, my arms are not super long, so what I'm gonna do is actually pull this a little closer and look at what I'm able to see and put the glue on there. Okay. So what I also like is helping that ribbon stay in a sturdy position. I think the more that you can put that, regardless of where you actually place those sprays throughout, if you can place some there to support that bow, even though we have very firm ribbon in the design, it can still add some additional support, which I'm going to do that here, and then bring it on up and over, and then add more throughout. So how am I doing? Am I doing okay? For it to be a, I spy that candle. Oh, the black candle behind me, yes. It's, I need to actually add some Mod Podge and then some glitter to it. But I did get the actual embellishments that I'm waiting on to add to it. So there's another live this week. So if y'all don't do the actual acknowledgements of when I go live, oops, this just came off. But I'll change it. I'll add to it. Okay, might not use that lemon, might use something else. But I do need a lemon there, for sure. I need a lemon there. So, you know what? I'll use this. I'll pull it apart, but you know, how many times? But again, with those twigs, that's a great pick. And then it has that flower on there. Remember, the flower is going to mimic the flower that's in the actual ribbon. And then I'll add this here. And I'm going to show y'all the actual contrast. Bring that lemon up. Bring the flowers out. With Donna, which I'm sure y'all have. I'm sure you have, because she's fabulous. Yeah, I saw her do some critiques and her own designs as well, but and she mentioned that to bring the design, because I have deco mesh there, but my bow's big, so it's again going to bring the design all the way around. Complete sense, makes complete sense. Of course, if you caught another live, I'm notorious for leaving tags on before I put them in. So what did I do? I left the tag on. So it came off, got it all off. But again, you know, want to make for sure that those tags are off. So not calling me Mini Pearl today. And he would see it. My husband would see it. He helps me so much in eyeing glue strings in my designs before they go to the client. Yeah, he helps me so much. So he would eye a tag on his own wreath in a heartbeat. And he's on a conference call right now, so he can't hear a thing that I'm saying. But he would. He would totally see that. He would totally see it. God love him, because he loves me. You know, amen. We got to have great people in our lives, whether it's our family, our husbands, our dear friends. We got to have good people in our lives, right? Let's do that. Let's turn that. It's gorgeous. Well, thank you. I'll hold it up in just a second. I want to get past this ribbon and kind of leave this part so you can kind of see how much we filled in. But I feel like I need more. I mean, I still have these sprays to do. I still have the florals. Remember I mentioned I'm going to get these embellishments in, and then I'm going to go back and add even more florals in. But here, why not? I'll hold it up. Not that heavy. It's just big. Okay. It's just big. So there you go. So far, it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. And of course, the ribbon's so firm that I can manipulate that. That wreath is huge. Yes, we have a really tall door, so it's going to just be perfect. And of course, the door is super wide, but it's dark. It's probably darker than the cabinets that are behind me. And you know, we stained it a certain color recently. I'm sure the pollen has gotten to it in the area, but anyway, get some glue off there. We can add to it, but yeah, it's huge. It's huge. It's a big wreath. Okay, I'm going to put some embellishments here, but again, I'm gonna go with something a little darker with some light to it, which is gonna be this type. So it's going to, again, contrast with that ribbon that's there. I needed to put another pick on there. That pick did not stay. And my pick machine, who knows about my pick machine? My lovely, lovely pick machine has still given me 1 picks. It's about going live, all about going live and making sure so again, I'm gonna add more, but see how that ribbon, ooh, ow, that fell off. But I'm gonna add some more. I have this right here, can add in there. So again, last bud I have there, I have buds here, and I can have buds coming out this direction. I'm gonna clip it off a little bit, because I pull apart my sprays. I'll add in a greenery from Hobby Lobby. Did that do it? No. My pick slipped. How many people love their pick machine? I love my pick machine. I do. Misbehaves, but hey, you know. Hi, Wanda. How are you doing? Okay. I have glue all over my fingers. Hopefully y'all can't see it, because it's all over my fingers. That's okay. Okay. I didn't burn myself. I just, for whatever reason, have glue strings on my fingers. And then, of course, manipulate that, the greenery in there, so it'll help support gonna bring that up. Flowers. I'll show y'all. Okay. Pull it back. And this is the area that I'm talking about. See how it kind of pops out a little bit better? It's hard to talk with these in your hands. You know, you only have one hand free, barely. So, anywho, all right. Because again, remember, it's going on my front door, so you know, we're all our worst critics, right? All right, so held it up, showed you guys. I'm gonna bend that back a little bit, bring that forward. Because again, I have this here. I'm not gonna put this until way down here, but I'm going to grab these lemons, and that is this spray of lemons, and I believe I got it from Craft Outlet, and it only came with 2 lemons. But see how those lemon leaves, I needed more of the leaves, because then I like the lemons, they're fine, but I like the leaves better because I didn't have something that large and that dark green, because in the ribbon again, it has that style and it has that color, and I did not have that in these other picks. So they're going to be put in there. Okay, so excess. So being Monday, everybody had a great weekend. We'll come back to see the beginning. Okay. Well, thank you. I'm actually gonna put, once I start getting towards the end, it's like, am I missing anything? What else can I put with this one? And that's it. That's all. Oh, I spoke too early about the single pick. 2 picks at that time. That's okay. I'll make it work. I'll make it work. So, add my glue. Always using Gorilla Glue. Always. There's no other glue I would use, in my opinion. I've used other glues way in the very beginning, and I just wouldn't do it anymore. The way that this holds in severe weather, because it's hot outside right now where I am, which is in Texas, incredibly hot here. I'm sure pretty much the country is still really hot. Thank you. I'm working on it. And the actual wreath, I'll measure it, but it's a good size 18 size grapevine. Like I know, you know, again, don't know the exact sizes of all the grapevines, but I know this one was an 18 or a 20. I mean, I'm gonna say maybe 30 inches in diameter. So, and then the glue gun I use, in case anybody's curious, is a SureBonder cordless glue gun, which I love it. I love my cordless glue gun. Yes, there's a little bit of weight to it, but it's totally worth it. The battery does not come with it. It does not come with it. So if you're looking to purchase it, it does not, it has to be purchased separately, and I got mine at Home Depot. My battery at Home Depot. So again, see, here's the flower again that I talked about earlier and in the beginning. You want to make for sure that you're actually placing those throughout the design. Bringing it this away. I'm going to bring my jute up, and I'll place some greenery back there. Glue. Place that behind there. Can help it. Bring it together. I also have, bringing more lemons together, but I have some of the seed spray. So for those of y'all that purchased that one, I'm gonna actually pull this out, but purchase this. It kind of came like this. I have 3 different pieces to it because I already separated it, but it came like that in the live sale. This is from that live sale. So again, if you have this, I like adding multiple things, multiple options. Okay, my pick machine's acting up, but I like how the picks are coming together, and it's easier to use on a pick. It stays better from what I guess how I apply them. It stays better. Okay, so I'm gonna go in here near the ribbon and put that in there. Okay, that has a blemish to it. I'm gonna turn it around and have the blemish actually hiding on the back side. Okay, more of the flowers. Had these flowers in the live sale. I didn't sell them all, but I still have some. So my next live sale, I'm gonna have these again, and I have them in burgundy as well. So they'll be back. But yeah, did y'all hear that? I'm gonna have another live sale. The other one was very successful, but it was a lot of work on my end, and it's just me. So I thank the ones that actually attended and purchased. So appreciative. Thank you so much. But those things are a lot of work. A lot of work. But I'll take it. I'll take it. Y'all get great things, and it was successful. So that's what it's all about. And I find great deals. So why not share the love on these live sales? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm actually going to place that here, that ranunculus. Okay, maybe not going anywhere. Well, didn't want to go there. Going to have to trim this because it did not want to behave. Okay, here we go. I'm going to try this again. Didn't want to go on that side. So I'm going to put it on that side. But I'm going to add some deco mesh to it. So am I missing anybody's questions? I just got home from work. Glad I caught ya. Oh, well look, I'm gonna use a whole roll. Yay, I'm glad you caught this as well. Hopefully it's informative gorgeous bow. Thank you. And I'm going to show how I did it. I had a staple somewhere. I dropped a staple. So again, I use deco mesh. I don't measure, but this is going in kind of a hole area where I have some, and I just pinch it. I don't measure it, and I don't do any cute or impressive technique. I just pinch it. But the impressive technique, I guess, I don't know, I take an actual pipe cleaner, and y'all aren't gonna see it, but I weave it through the actual, let me go this way. You know what? I'm gonna do it right through the pipe cleaner. That's where I did it. The pipe cleaner went through the actual zip tie. Try to bring it around. As it's getting heavier and heavier, see how I just did that? Okay. Oops, see? Oh, I'm gonna damage this before I get it finished. So I'm taking it seam side down. There it goes. Okay, I see it now. And then I'm going in and I'm pinching and I'm twisting. There it is. Going to make a big difference. There we go. And I push it and I twist. And I'm going to show y'all what it actually looks like. Push it down, but it makes a huge difference. Huge hole was just filled right there. See how that, I mean, you saw it before. There I go again. But you're able to actually manipulate that ribbon even more because you have that deco mesh. Remember, I said I use that deco mesh to actually, how do you like that? To maneuver the actual items in the design. So, back to the ranunculus, and I'm going to help because that actual ribbon is coming up. I'm going to actually pull that and place that ranunculus this away if I can without burning myself. I just did that. Oh goodness. There we go. And again, you'll see the ranunculus. I have a lot of glue strings. I hope y'all don't see the glue strings. The burn wasn't that bad. I was able to manipulate it enough. Okay, I'm gonna bring some more greenery with, again, asparagus leaf spray that I broke up, and then this being from Hobby Lobby. And that was a huge spray. And that number for this spray, there's like 12 pieces of this, is 729731. And it's $15, but I think there are 12 pieces to it. 12. I mean, that's, and then especially if you can get it half off, it's a great deal. And it's a push. So I don't know if y'all do this, but I do it. I push and then I pull down. So it might not be exactly where I want it when it's in the state, but then when I push it up, it's more where I want it to be. And then I can add other pieces to it. Did that make sense? Did that make sense at all? I hope it did. All right, so I just trim that off a little bit, get a pick on it, and then I'm gonna go right behind that ranunculus spray. Oh, I got a heart. Yay. Glad it made sense for somebody. That's what it's all about, making sense. That I haven't lost my mind yet. Well, somebody might think I have lost my mind, but you know. There might be a few people out there that think that, but that's okay. That's okay. We can't be everything every second of the day, every day, right? Right. Okay. So, and also how I actually have these lemons in here, don't have them straight out. Don't have them, you know, literally poking out. This one, for example, see how it actually rests a certain way? You know, it's going to fall a certain way. You can manipulate it by moving the actual spray and not leaving the spray straight. It makes complete sense because what in nature? It's actually drooped in nature because it's heavy in the actual stem. I like how the picks are working. Thank you. I'm going to add some of these flowers and some more sprays. I'll pick it up and then we can look at it, and if I need to add more, I'll add more. Sound good? And then I think we'll be done. But I just want to make sure it gets filled on the sides. I think that's, to me, that's so important. Yeah, it's important, you know, it's important how it looks straight on, but it also looks really important how it looks on the sides as well. And I like my deco mesh to show a little bit. It doesn't have to show everywhere and all of it. And, you know, I'll probably manipulate a little bit more here of the greenery. Add some flowers. Because again, I'm bringing out those white flowers in the design. I don't feel like I need the leaves anymore, but I'll save them just in case I need to add more. But see, even that bud stem has an actual wire on it. So if I need to separate it, if I need them together, you know, I can do that. Okay, put that dried flower right here. So where, again, to me, that's where you're able to actually make those lemons pop, by adding that additional color of the floral in there. Just wanted to show y'all that. I'll put glue on it so it'll be more of a permanent fixture there. And then the bud, it doesn't have to be all the way in. And yes, I've told y'all this before, in my designs, I like for things to touch. I'm okay with it. It doesn't have to be that there's a section for everything, that you're able to actually manipulate it and bring it together and it actually be side by side or just touching, not overlapping, not completely behind it, but see how this lemon right here is touching that bud, that little bud there? It's perfect. You know, I mean, it's like, why not? Why not, right? Okay. I'm gonna put another flower down here off to the side, but this time I'm gonna bring in some of those leaves from that I said, oh, I probably won't need those. I feel like down here, I need those. So let me spin this around. You'll see a different angle and then I'll spin it around and what I'm talking about. So again, like to manipulate it, like to bring these up and over. But down here, a huge hole. I'm going to show y'all. Oh. There we go. And bring that deco mesh out and the leaves out. You still see the sign, but it's just bringing in that added texture. See? Okay. See how that it's again bringing into the sign, but there's a contrast in color. I'm huge into contrast in color. It's, again, what can you see from the street? You know, it's as you're driving by, you're going to be able to differentiate between the sign and the actual embellishments. Your customer's going to be wowed when they open the box, you know. What's my husband going to say when he sees the wreath? You know, he'll be excited. He will be excited. Because again, here I'm going to bring up this ribbon, and you can actually use the flowers or the stems to bring up that ribbon. I can add more greenery back here, which is not that hard to do. But again, you can also manipulate those things in your design as well. But yeah, I've got plenty. I've got plenty. See, I've just got this greenery that can go perfect back there. No lemon, no, nothing I'm hiding. Oh, 32 people, my word. What are y'all doing? Y'all are so nice to come on and watch me. Just little, oh, it's doing it again. I'm getting my ribbon out of the way. It's under my feet. Okay. Add this back here so this ribbon can actually stay in place a little bit better, because you're going to have your door opening depending on how often you open your door to, you know, is that a main entry area in your home? That's another great question to ask your customers is, you know, just not necessarily for the quality of a wreath that you do, but for the stability of the wreath. You know, you might want to do 2 added zip ties to certain areas just because, no, I have 3 kids. They go in and out the front door all the time. And you're just like, okay, wait a minute. That's where she's putting this wreath. Then you might want to secure it a little bit better than just with 1. I mean, it could go flying off, but at least it's secure. I've literally had wreaths drop, just literally fall, because the customer didn't attach it, you know, because I actually put my business card where they're supposed to attach it. And so it's just, again, easier for them to know. For whatever reason, when they put it on there, it wasn't where they were supposed to put it. And it went just falling. And she goes, not a thing came off. It fell to the ground. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, it's going to actually be destroyed. And she goes, no, not a thing happened. And I'm just like, it's just, again, making sure that your items are secure in there. Because, I mean, there's nothing I could have done. She admitted that it was, you know, her fault and that it was not a problem, but she just wanted to let me know, hey, it fell to the ground, but it's not your fault. It's completely my fault. But always ask your customer, where's this going? Is it a busy area in the home? A pantry door is almost as busy and as crazy as a front door. So if customers do put designs on a pantry door, that's sometimes busier than a front door. Okay, I see a few places for this, but I'm gonna hold it up and let y'all see where we are so far. Y'all have helped me, but this is where we are so far in the design. it's a lot. But I think I already know where I see where I need to put some more flowers and of course some more lemons and lemon leaves and things like that. Bring things forward. It is coming together, I think. Don't y'all think? I think so. I think so. Ranunculus leaf. I have one here, there. Yeah, that'd be good. You break it up. Why not? Break it up a little bit. Thank you for going into detail. Making right. Well, sure. I mean, it's not that I know everything there is to know. I mean, I think I still try to learn as much as you can. You know, it's not something that there are people that have been in this industry a long time, but again, I'm always looking to continue my learning and understanding. I'm never going to not stop learning. It's so important to always, whether it's social media, you're learning. You know what? I'm gonna go this side. That's right. There we go. Always learning, always learning. You're never gonna be an expert. It's always gonna change. Lifestyles change, opportunities change. I'm gonna put the seed over here. Have to get, oh, okay. I hope you have a great afternoon. Just gonna add a few things off to the side, because as I mentioned earlier, it's always important to keep that, your focus there, as well as in the front. And it's a seed. And then I'm gonna actually add the leaves here. For somebody. Can add this here. Because I just feel like it needs a little bit more on this side. I might pull that lemon off, but I might keep it in that secondary area. There we go. Because again, you're going to have that. And again, all I'm doing is bending the leaves. And mingling it with that seed plant. Bring that up. And have more I can put behind that ribbon right there. And I do have more of these as well. Some of these are hard to cut. I did get my clippers at Lowe's. I think they were like electrical clippers, if I'm not mistaken. So in the tool area, got them years ago. I'm sure they still have them there. So again, let me snip this apart. And then, see, I'm missing a lemon. Don't know where that is. Oh well. I'm just gonna trim it off. It's gone. I don't have it. I'll probably find it, but that's okay. It'll be somewhere. You know what? I'm gonna put this seed down in the bottom. I have some here, have some here. Just gonna put these leaves behind the actual bow here. So, then I'm gonna add a few more white florals throughout and bringing in and making those ribbons and embellishments pop. So I have some there. I'm gonna bring some around, glue string, bring some around, and then hopefully we'll be done. I'm gonna do exactly what I did last time because I think it worked really well in keeping this together and this together. So, let's look at that. Let's look at that going there. And then this up here with the leaves coming out. Now this does have a little bit of rose in it, and I don't think that's a huge distraction at all. Now, why would I not think that that's a distraction? If you're looking at this sign, it has a little bit of a rose-esque look on the actual sign. So again, you're tying in the ribbons, you're tying it in the sign, for example. So again, that just kind of brings out the look of the actual sign. Make sense? I can't see your glue strings. Oh, good. Thank goodness. I can see them, they're everywhere. But they're on my hand, they're on the ribbon, but good. Yay. Good, good, good. Okay, I'm gonna put this one here. And I'm manipulating the actual leaves. It's not necessarily gonna be straight on. It's gonna be off to the side a little bit, which I'll show you. I'm gonna get this other one glued in. And then I'm gonna take the other one the opposite direction, if that makes any sense. Okay. Like that. Because again, you have the leaf. The leaf even has a wire on it. It's crazy. Crazy the quality of these items that I'm putting in here. Just great. And again, making sure that that's in there. That petal comes out a little bit. That bloom. Integrating it with other items. Ribbon. And then I said I want the seedling to be out here too. Yeah, want that too. Ranunculus. And this can actually have more lemon on this side. Of course, I'm not seeing it very well, so I have to spin it around. So yeah, because I've seed, I want seed down here. So, and it's going to be the longest piece I have, and with the long ribbon hanging down. right in there. Try get in there, not stab myself. I'm going to trim that. I'm not liking how it's hanging. So I have some there. I'm just gonna go right above it and have it kind of come out behind that, but you still see it. And it has some of that rose color in it as well. So let me put a pick on it. I just think it goes better in the wreath. So, and that deco mesh is hiding it. You can bring it forward, because again, they're on wire, so you can bring them forward. Bring this down a little bit. And spin it around a little bit so I can see. So y'all are seeing different angles of it. I can see this side, and I see a few holes, but not too bad. Not too bad. For me not to be able to see this angle, yeah, just got pushed down. Very well. And go in right here near that ranunculus with that little extra piece I had. So again, manipulate your sprays. You can do that. Doesn't have to be perfect while you're working on it. I have glue everywhere. Oh, okay. Gotta get past that. And then, you know what? Just like I added that leaf here, I'm gonna add another leaf here. And see why I'm picking this one? Because again, it's on that longer side of the actual wreath, if that makes any sense. I feel like I need that length there in the design. So let me twist that back around. And then I have one more flower and another lemon, and that's it. That's it. Hopefully it'll come together. Hopefully it will have come together. Yeah. That's good. And then this can be bent a little bit, and then we'll trim the actual ribbon. Okay, good. Okay, coming together, coming together. Oh yeah, I'm gonna show y'all to the side. See how that, you have a really full side there on that particular part of the design. And then, you know, you can also bend, this is metal, so it can be bent. I bent the leaves forward, you know, so you can bend it to actually manipulate more into a rounded lemon. You can do that. Done it before with signs, I can do that. Okay, so I have this and I have this white flower. And I'm actually going to use the bud because that's going to give me 5 clusters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and this will be 5 that I put there. Okay, so don't think I needed it that long. And I like working in odd numbers. So I'm gonna take this, add it here. Bring it forward. Contrasting with the ranunculus and the lilac. That's what that is, I think. Oh, I can't remember. I can't remember. Okay, here's a hole that I have, and I'm gonna put this last lemon here. And if I find any other ones, I have more sprays, but that at least will be right there. And I'll trim the ribbon, and I think we'll be done. Yay! This has probably lasted longer than a live sale for me. I usually try to keep my live sales at an hour. And this has probably lasted longer than an hour. If you see glue strings, I apologize. But, okay. Now, how high or long do I want my ribbon? Let's actually keep it about right there. About right there. Okay. Because again, this is a huge wreath. It's huge. Huge, huge, huge. I have special scissors for my ribbons. Doesn't mean you always have to do that. You don't have to always do that. But I do it in a tier motion. Of course, my back ribbons are going to be taller than my middle ribbons. And then my top ribbon's going to be the slimmest. I'm going to go just a tad bit lower. On the last two. And then I can always clip it some more if I don't like it. It's not perfect all the time. I know where that ribbon came from. I know I can get more. Okay, so, and you just, how to keep your ribbon fluffed, just roll it like a rainbow. Just roll it like a rainbow. Okay, I'm gonna pull this up and y'all can see this top ribbon. Did I do okay? Yeah. Yeah. Good, okay. So I'm gonna turn it around and I'll do the bottom ribbon. Yay. And he's on another conference call, so hi, who knows when he'll see it. I don't know. Okay, here we go. And there's a seam right here. Y'all can't tell, there's a seam. Perfect placement for that. Seam on that particular ribbon. Sometimes they're not always in the best place. This one was in a really good place. I was lucky. Okay, so again, tiered it. Not necessarily is it perfect, but at least you'll have an idea. And again, as I mentioned earlier, you're going to want to rainbow it. All I do is just pull it like this, just like a little rainbow, and it fluffs it. Now, does it stay that way? No, it doesn't stay that way, but it'll look that way for a second. So, there it is. It's gotten really heavy. There me. It's huge. It's huge. I will also take a picture of what it looks like on the actual door for you guys that actually attended. Thank you. Okay, so I did promise to do a bow. Still want to see a bow? You can send me thumbs up if you still want me to show y'all how I did a bow like this. I can do a bow like this. It's no problem. The ribbon's still at my feet. Let me move this. It's not the lightest thing. Oh, look at what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put it behind me. I think I can do it. I think. Ooh. Okay. Hopefully it doesn't go crashing to the floor. I didn't put a hook on the back of it, but okay. So all the ribbon that I used. Okay. Let's step on some of it. Okay. Because it's just going to go back down to the floor anyway. So we're going to actually try. Oh, well, thank you. It's going to be behind me for a second. But yes, that's the wreath we did. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. I have tons of glue on me, on my nails, and it's not coming off. Okay, so I start with my widest ribbon. This particular bow had 4 inch and it had 2 actual 2.5 inches and 1 1.5 inch. So I had 4 ribbons total in this wreath. Sorry, I'm going to do exactly how I do it because y'all have been patient with me and watched me do that. Hey, I finished the wreath. I'm so excited I finished the wreath. I know, it's the little things in life that make me happy. I'm back. Karen, this is what we did. This is what we did. Okay. So, I'm going to show how I do a bow, or how I did this bow. Okay. It actually has 3 sections to it. So I did 3 different sections of 3 different loops. Okay. So depending on how long you want your tail to be, this tail is incredibly long because I had a bump. And of course I had 2 bumps here. So again, you need to determine as in how you want your bow's tail. So we're just going to do an average tail. I usually do it about 10 inches to 12 inches, normally without a bump. Okay. So where I would start with bringing my bow together, okay, and my loops are normally 7 to 8 inches. And I'm looking at that one and I know it was more 8 inches because again, the wreath was bigger. Okay. So I pull this off to the side. Hopefully y'all can see. And all I've done is actually made this loop. I will measure this loop real quick because I actually have measure. Now this one is 8. Okay. This loop is 8. Because I did 3 loops, I'm going to show y'all how I make 3 loops. So then I bring out the ribbon and I'm going to go under. And I'm going to pinch it where I pinched that first loop. Okay. And you manipulate your ribbon the best and then I bring it together. Okay, see how that's still a little lower? I need a little bit more ribbon. Now it's more accurate, even side by side. So to make that 3rd bow, I'm going to take the ribbon, do exactly what I did on that 2nd loop, and make a 3rd loop and pinch it. Now, You manipulate your ribbon, bring it down. And how I do it is I actually just pull them together. See how they're even there? And then I've pinched them, and I'm gonna turn my ribbon forward. I'm gonna turn my ribbon forward. So there's your 3 loops and your tail and your longer tail. I just drop it to the floor. I can't, you can't hold it, okay? Or I can't, somebody might be able to do it, but obviously it is a complete hand bow. I don't do a, I don't do bow holders or bow maker. I don't do those. Not that I will never try it, I just haven't, okay? So I repeat this 4 more times, okay? So I'm gonna bring that tail, pinch it, twist it, bring it to that top, and again, I don't go all the way to the edge. I come in, just like my tails I just cut, I come in a little bit, just the same with the bow that you see there, okay? Y'all stared at it for a while. So then I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna twist, all under my thumb, again, bring it together. This is where I measure, okay? Is the bow the same? It's the same. Bring it back down, so you still see a little bit of the edge there. Then twist to make that 3rd bow. It's a little bit longer, so I'm gonna pull it to me, but then it's enough, right there. It's right there. So I'm gonna make for sure that the ribbon is all facing forward. I'm just gonna drop it to the floor. Okay, so there's your 2nd. Then it was the lemon ribbon. The exact same thing. So you just repeat. Okay, so I pinch and I twist, because you're gonna want the front to show. Now this, I do the exact same as the other 2.5 inch. Does that make sense? If that makes sense, give me a thumbs up, because again, it's going in the same layer per se, okay? Then I'm gonna twist. We're gonna come down to the other one, and what do we do next? You measure. Am I right about, nope, I need a little bit more, not very much, but I just need a little bit more. It wasn't quite there, but now it's there, okay? Then I'm gonna twist again, because you're wanting that front of the actual wired ribbon, and you pinch. Remember, where do? We measure, duh, right? Now, this one's just a tad bit short. Need to bring it up a little bit more. Now look how that is now the same, okay? Making sure that you do a complete twist, bringing that forward and down to the floor, okay? So that we did that 3rd time. Now we get to do it 4th time, because we're doing it with the 1.5 inch. Okay, so you take it, you pinch. I'm gonna give it a little bit more slack, but again, we twist. Even though this is the same front and back ribbon, I wanna show you what you need to do, okay? So then you twist. I bring it in even a little bit more. Just like I did on that one, I brought it in just a little bit more. So it's not, it's, again, you have that 3rd level. Then you twist. Then what are we gonna do? Measure. You always wanna measure. Always wanna measure. And there you have that. Then we're going to go up and you're going to need to twist. Because then what are you going to do now? You're going to measure again. Still a little short. Just a tad. But see how that one, again, we're there. And then you actually pull it down to the ground. And some people close it with a zip tie. Some people do a pipe cleaner. Totally up to you. I am leaning towards zip ties with the grapevine. I liked how they came together. For the longest time, I've used a pipe cleaner. So again, it's truly, you know, if you're open to new ideas and a new way of doing it, this is how I've done it for years, is a pipe cleaner. So I take it and I pull as tight as I can, and then I twist. And I twist. But see, this is the problem. My pipe cleaner isn't long. That's where it's like with a zip tie, you're able to go behind it and you're able to tighten it as quickly as possible, or as tight as possible. So again, it's totally up to you. But then I'm going to show you what I did here. Okay? Because again, here's your bow, but this is where you can manipulate it. Because once you get it in your design, this is where it goes left or right, or, you know, you have those absolutely different directions that you go with your bow. And it's not, again, the only way to do a bow. We have plenty of people that show unique ways to do a bow, but that's how I did that bow behind me, and that's how I do the majority of my bows when it comes to 4 ribbons. You know, a lot of times I use more ribbons, sometimes I use less ribbons. I've had some that it's just one actual ribbon, but there you go. Hopefully you learn something, or if you're like, no, I didn't learn a thing, and I do a bow just as great, okay. But this is how I did it and how I do it, or at least this one I did. So, love it. Oh, good. I'm going to make a bow like this today by hand. Absolutely, yeah. I mean, my hands, your hands can do the work, you know, it can do the work. And when you have thick wire, even though this is a secondary ribbon, it's still keeping its position. Even this one, it's keeping its position because, again, how tight and how twist you use it when you're actually making your bow. It's not too loopy, it's not too long. For, again, when you're doing bows and you're using designer ribbon, yes, those are in here, but I also have secondary ribbon as well in there as well. So there you go. I can do it. Nobody else made that. I did it. We did it together, of course, the design, but the bow, I definitely did make it. Yay. Okay. Now I'm going to actually make a centerpiece because I think I have some lemons left over. I have 1 lemon spray and a couple of lemons left over and some greenery. I can do a lemon centerpiece. So yay. Oh goodness. That's so good. That's so good. So I did okay. I have faith in you. You got this. That white with black dot ribbon is fabulous. Yes. It's in my shop. Do you have it, Karen? Do you have it in your shop too? I have it. I have it in the 4-inch and I have it in the 2.5-inch. So again, I have the polka dot ribbon in my shop. If y'all are needing that, it's a classic. It is such a classic. I have it in the red with the white dot, the black with the white dot, and then the white with the black dot. And all of those are in 4-inch, and in the 2.5-inch, I have it in the red, and of course I have 0 with me, but I have it in the red with the white dot and the white with the black dot in the 2.5-inch. And those are listed in my shop, which I'm sure y'all were great to actually put it in there. I just didn't pin it. I was too nervous to finish my wreath for my own front door. Oh, are you doing, oh, I'm gonna pin that comment. There you go. I pinned it, Karen. I think I did. Nope, I did. It did. It took it. Awesome. Well, that's it for today. Well, maybe not today. I might come on later. But for this, as I step on ribbon, for this, we're done. We are done. It's going on my door, and I'll follow up with some photos. What days do you go live? There is no schedule, so I guess notifications are always best, but no, I don't have a specific day that I go live. I demand, but I appreciate y'all coming on today, the 30 some odd people. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great afternoon, and maybe I'll come on later. I'll definitely come on later. I'll come on tomorrow for sure, because I have a, I don't know what you call it. It's a saddle. It's a saddle piece for my grandmother's cemetery. They have their decoration. So for those of y'all that decorate cemetery memorials, I'm gonna do one of those. I do it every year, and I've never gone live doing it. And she also has vases on opposite sides. So so I'll be doing that, because my mom asked me that on Father's Day if I had that ready, and I'm like, nope, don't have it done. But I'll make sure I get that done. So that's gonna be a live this week. So if y'all are interested in seeing how I make what is called a saddle, y'all can watch for my notifications. Sound good? Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. I so appreciate it, as always. But y'all have a great night. Oh, it's 4. Okay. Well, it was a little longer than I thought it should be. But y'all have a great evening, and I appreciate y'all coming on. Glad y'all like it. Thanks. Bye.